Oh, yeah. Okay. Yep.
All right. Shalom. Shalom. We the brothers of Great Millstone, the branch here in Birmingham, Alabama. And as always, want to begin by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash. Yeah, in the ancient Hebrew tongue, that would be the correct name of the Heavenly Father, His beloved Son, and the Holy Spirit. Also, like to give double honors to our teachers, the head apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom, you brothers out there laboring in His work. And as always, want to say shalom to you believers out there, the Akim, as well as the Akwath, which consists of you brothers along with the sisters that subscribe to this truth as well. So, yep, this is going to be the second installation of prophecy found within parables. And this one here is going to be a more closer, in-depth look, if you will, into the parable of Lazarus and the rich man, which you have a lot of people who read that, you know, they might attempt to read that and they mangle the scriptures, you know, not understanding the idea of parables. Again, matter of fact, let's start off with Proverbs, the first chapter. Start at the fifth verse, and give me Ecclesiastes 39. You can start at the very top. Yeah, go ahead and get what you got first.
Proverbs 1 and 5. Mm-hmm. A wise man will hear.
Yep, a wise man will hear, which that word here translates to understand. Okay? A wise man will hear, he will understand. Go ahead.
And will increase learning.
And will increase learning. Yeah, and that proves right there when you read that with understanding that the setting here is betwixt teacher and student. You'll give me Acts real quick, Acts 8.
Yep.
You know? Because there's no way you can come into this thing and learn it on your own. We didn't learn it on our own. The men before. Lord, like the Lord set up Abba, but that's heavy. You know, he was titled Abba. Like he was kind of somewhat deceived. You know, the Lord put the spirit on him to bring it out, you know, and from there, that legacy grew, you know. But you can't come into this thing. There's nothing you could do. You can't will yourself to understand this book right here. All right? You have to be taught. Go ahead.
It's Acts 8 and 30. It said, and Philip ran thither to him and heard him read the prophet Isaiah. It said, understand what thou readest.
See, understand what thou readest. You know? And that sentiment is echoed to this very day. You can read the scriptures, you know. If you have leisure time, you can sit there and read from the front to the back to the front. All day, every day, but do you understand what you read? See, go ahead.
And he said, how can I?
Yep, how can I? Go ahead.
Except some man shall guide me.
See, except some man shall guide me. So there's no way you'll be able to grasp the full understanding of the scriptures without being led. See, why? Because this is a very intricate book right here.
Right.
Like this book is compiled with a lot of dark sayings, which again requires one with understanding to shed light upon. All right, so go back here.
Proverbs 1 and 5. A wise man will hear and will increase learning.
Right, so when you hear this, means you understand, and in doing so, you're going to increase learning. See, that proves that you're being taught here. See, go ahead.
You said, and a man of understanding.
Yeah, and a man of understanding, which we had a guy to come on the coming board. You know, he was attempting to teach us, man. You know, but that just show you how Jake. See, if you come in that spirit, you'll never be able to get it, man. You know. Go ahead.
It said, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsel.
Right, shall attain unto wise counsels. And that's what you're witnessing right now. You know, all the men, and we speaking primarily at Great Millstone, you know, the men that you see that's teaching this doctrine of Yahushua, whenever you see these different epistles in the form of these videos, different live streams we got on the highways and byways, that's a form of wise counsels there. All right. And whenever you partake in those counsels, then that's what this scripture is saying. Read that part again.
It said, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsel.
See, go ahead.
To understand the proverb and the interpretation, the words of the wise and their dark sayings.
And their dark sayings. Matter of fact, could you go into that word proverb?
Yeah.
You know, and you can get dark sayings if you want as well. Yeah. Right? So give me what you got real quick.
This is the book of Sirach. 39 to verse 1. But he that giveth his mind to the law.
Right. You give it your mind to the law, with that law is talking about this book in its entirety. Right? Go ahead.
The law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecies.
And be occupied in prophecies. Which this sit in the night, which is going to be centered around Lazarus and the rich man, that's actually a prophecy. You know? And we're going to show you that through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. Go ahead.
Kind of continuing on, it says, he will keep the sayings of the renowned men, and where subtile parables are.
See, and what subtile parables are, go ahead.
he will be there also.
It's not tonight you're around a subtle. It's not Lazarus and the rich man a subtle parable. See, that proves that we're all in harmony with the scriptures right here and with prophecy. This itself is a prophecy, man. The mere fact that you're here with us tonight and we're going into the parables, the dark sands of this book. See, go ahead.
It says he will seek out the secrets of grave sentences.
See, the secrets of grave sentences, which lies within the parable of Lazarus and the rich man. And one thing about that parable right there is somewhat of a summary. It summarizes, somewhat from the beginning to the end. It all, and it shows you how bad Yahushua is. He busts all that history up into one goddamn quick story, man. You got to be, see, go ahead.
It says, and be conversant in dark parables.
And be conversant in dark parables. See that? So that proves that we're in line with what the scriptures say. It's not like we read that and said, you know what, let's go and let's talk about this so we might line up. No, it's just the scriptures co-sign is signing off on what we're doing.
That's right.
Right? Somebody got the truth, man. It was told that here in the latter days, the truth would spring forth here on the planet Earth. All right? This doctrine, which is a heavenly doctrine, and the pipeline of that doctrine will come to the earth, and there'll be certain men who would convey that doctrine.
That's right.
See that? That was foretold to happen. So somebody got the truth. Jake conceived, right? And so you know what? Nobody got it out. Nobody knows everything. Jake can say some shit like that. We all got to die or some crazy shit. No, man. This doctrine right here, man. This is what makes this doctrine out of this world. We don't even believe that we're going to taste of death. And guess what? That's not some elaborate plan we concoct. That's actually biblical, man. Even our Lord Yahushua made the statement, there'll be some that stand here amongst me today in this hearing that will not taste death until they see the Son of Man coming in the kingdom, man. Right? See, so that's just a point to show you that this doctrine, what we teach, it wasn't meant to be in the same as what you people teach, man. It wasn't meant to be in the same category. It was meant to be separate from whatever ideas or philosophy you people push, man. Okay? So now, go. You got
to back that up. Go ahead. This is the book of Mark 1 verse 22. And they were astonished at his doctrine, for he taught them as one that had authority and not as the scribes.
Yeah, see that? Woo! So that goes to show that was the difference right there. Our Lord taught with authority. And you see that today. There are certain men here on the planet Earth, right, that comes under the banner of great millstone. You got other brothers out there, like there's certain brothers that teach that's not necessarily under the name or the title of GMS or great millstone, yet they teach the doctrine of great millstone. So they would be considered in there as well, But the point is, he taught different from the scribes. See that? And why? Because he taught with authority. Meaning it wasn't like he was rah, 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 even though the Lord had a strong voice, man. It was captivating, But, that's why they pushed the Lord out to sea, because the Lord's voice could carry, But that goes until he was sure. He was sure. Matter of fact, you give me that, we have a more sure word.
Yep.
Get that real quick.
Yeah, this book of 2 Peter's.
Yeah, we don't come into this thing, hesitant. Well, brother, I don't know, man. Now certain things, somebody asks you a question, brother might ask you, hey man, what's going on the planet Mars? Well, come on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It tells you in Deuteronomy 29th chapter that the secret things belong to the Most High, but the things that reveal belongs to us, right? So there's certain things that you might ask, come on, man. But, we sure about what we teach. We don't say, we don't know, man. We don't really know if America gonna be destroyed, but just in case man, we telling you with authority, America gonna be destroyed. So-called white man and devil. The Lord's gonna violently overthrow this man. The so-called Negro, Latino, as well as the Native Americans, the children of Israel, the elect amongst that number is gonna be delivered, and so on and so forth. We tell you that. We tell you that for sure. All right, go ahead.
And this 2 Peter's 1:19. We have also a more sure word of prophecy.
See, we also have a more sure word of prophecy, meaning that we teach with authority, just like Yahushua. The Lord was sure about what he taught, and so are we. See, go ahead. Start from the top again.
It said we also have a more sure word of prophecy, whereunto ye do well that ye take heed.
Yeah, it'll behoove you to take heed to what we're saying, man. See that? Go ahead.
As unto a light that shineth in a dark place.
And what's that dark place? America, man. Okay, go ahead.
Until the day dawn and the day start arise in your heart.
Yeah, and that's prophecy right there, if you paying attention. Until when? Until that day. It's all a foreshadow. So we have a more sure. Matter of fact, give me Wisdom of Solomon 7:22. Real quick, let's kind of drive that point home even further. You know? And you should be encouraged by that. Jake get offended in that. Who you think you're? Oh, a guy left a comment on the comment board said, "You guys are not Moses and Ezra." I mean, did you see that? He said, "Man, the prophecy says that the two witnesses will be Moses and." He don't even understand that, man. And he said, "You guys are not Moses." And I ain't even respond, man. You know, but it just goes to show you, Jake get offended when they see men teaching with authority, man. You should be encouraged by that. If you're in the car with me and I ain't sure where I'm going, you know, you should be. But if I'm sure, like, bro, I'm gonna get you there, then hey, you know that creates a certain level of comfortableness, man. Right? Yep. So go ahead.
Kind of what Solomon 7:22. For wisdom.
For what?
Wisdom.
So now the scripture's finna go into all the things that wisdom entails. Go ahead.
For wisdom, which is the worker of all things,
see?
Taught me.
Oh, talk. See, talk. You talk. See that? Go ahead.
For in her is an understanding spirit.
Right, in her is an understanding spirit. We bring understanding. Go ahead.
Holy.
Holy. What holy means separate. True wisdom is separate, man. If you really have wisdom, you're not going to go along and get along, man. You're not going to compromise your stance. You see how wicked these other Israelite groups are, man? They actually come under the banner of saying, we're going to lay aside what we believe just for the sake of being an Israelite. And they can't even see how off that is, man. You know? But the scripture says wisdom is holy. See, separate. Go ahead.
Holy, one only.
Oh, see, one only. One only. It's not see, the scripture giving you what real wisdom is. And when it comes to over here, great millstone, you can check off. Check. See that? Go ahead.
God, it says manifold, subtile, lively.
Yeah,
clear.
Yeah. Oh, what?
Clear,
man. Okay, we can expound on dark sayings and make them clear to you. That's if the spirit is working with you. Go ahead.
It says undefiled, plain.
Oh, undefiled, plain. Go ahead.
Not subject to hurt.
Yeah, because this is not going to hurt you. When we tell you, look, man, do not take the RFID chip. That's going to help you. It's not going to hurt you. Go ahead.
It says loving the thing that is good.
Yeah.
Quick, which cannot be leaded. Ready to do good.
Now, when you go into cannot be leaded, that pretty much means contained, if you will. You know, it's nothing there's nothing you could do to hold it back. You know, go ahead.
It says kind to man. Steadfast.
Yeah. We firm. We believe wholeheartedly in what we teach. We don't waver. No, we're not gonna say, you know what, man? I think we should. You know, man. None of that over here. We steadfast. Go ahead.
It says steadfast. Sure.
What?
Sure.
See, sure. So true wisdom is sure. That's why, again, when framing our Lord Yahushua, his ministry, one of the words jumped out is he taught with authority. Meaning he was sure about what he was saying, man. See that? Yeah. And that's all falls under the banner of truth. When you tell them the truth, man, you sure about it. You ain't got to say, well, you know what, let me see. I don't know. You know for a fact what happened because you know it's true, right? Go ahead. See, when you lying, though, it's just like, you know you done fucked up, don't you? That's what all these groups, it's that moment where you know you done fucked up. Esau, you know you done fucked up because you built upon lies, man. See, go ahead.
It says steadfast, sure, free from care.
Yeah, we not worried. No, the same things that cause you people to worry don't affect us. We free from care. Why? Because we know overall it was written. There's nothing you could do to offset or detour the plans and intents and purposes of our Lord Yahweh Shema. That creates a certain level of being free from care.
Yep.
You know, a nigga that really don't get this truth, they worried about what's gonna happen this week. Man, I don't know, man. They done cut my hours back, blah, blah, blah. And all you brothers can attest, man. I know for a fact, all the brothers can attest. You brothers out there, you should. But I know for a fact we can attest that, man, when it looked bleak or whatever, the Lord made it, man. Things go perfect. Trust me. All right? When you how about see outside, man. See? Go ahead.
It says having all power, overseeing over all things.
Yes, overseeing over all things. We have the authority here. True wisdom have the authority. If we teaching the words of Yahweh outside, you damn right we got the authority. You gonna tell us something different? It tells you that we ain't got to get it. Ecclesiastes 8 chapter, where the word of a king is there's power, and who is he to tell him what art thou doing? So wisdom has the authority over all. Right? Go ahead.
It says, and going through all understanding.
Yeah, we run through everything else. Go ahead.
It says pure, and most subtle spirit.
That's why we read what subtle parables are. See that? See? So you got something?
There's something real quick. This look at Proverbs 4 and verse 7. It says, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. With all thy getting, get understanding.
Yep. So wisdom is the principal thing. You know, but with all that getting, get understanding. You know, you can read until you blue in the face, man. You got jakes with all these different books, you know, but they're not getting understanding, which understanding is found in these scriptures. Okay, but again, you have to be taught that. All right, so now you go back and use that.
I did back Proverbs 1 and read verse 5 again. It says, a wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels.
Yep.
To understand a proverb.
Yep.
And the interpretation, the words of the wise in their dark sayings.
So this book has to be interpreted. Hey, there's a such thing as king's language. Right? Kings among kings, they don't talk like peasants, man. And you can even see that with even different branches of, you know, categories, if you will, of people, different classes of people. They don't talk like poor people, man. They got a certain, you know, and that how it was in the ancient world. Yeah, king's language. What we speaking is king's language, man. Okay? Right? So it had to be interpreted. You know, a person with wisdom can talk clean over your goddamn head, man. Right? So go ahead.
Yeah, this is just that word proverb. Strong's H49:12, Masal. And it says proverb, parable.
Parable. See, parable. So the scripture says to understand a proverb or a parable, man. That's the only way you're going to be able to come into this arena, and that show you how bad the Lord is. You can't come in here unless invited. You know, you might have somebody to come in and ear hustle for a minute. Believe me, they're going to backpedal the hell out of here once they hear what we're going into, man. You know, they're not meant to be here. No, you're not going to have a straggler to come in and be able to sit, you know, unless he's a scoffer. And they was built, you know, like a rope was built to get in your house some kind of way or some type of fly or, you know. But that's a lot of a scoffer. Go ahead.
It said proverbial saying, aphorism, byword, similitude.
Yep, similitude. Yep. See?
Poem. Woo. It says sentences of ethical wisdom.
That's bad, man.
Let's see. That's pretty much it on that. This is that word. Let me see. Dark sayings.
Dark sayings. So it said to understand the proverb and the interpretation of it in dark sayings. Go ahead.
This is the word dark sayings. It's Strong's H24:20, Kaya. And it says riddle.
Oh.
Difficult question.
Riddle. Difficult question, man. When you read Matthew, the 24th chapter, I think. And Lord will, we're going to go into a lesson on reincarnation. You know, we're going to go into a lesson on reincarnation because that's pretty much the glue, if you will, to bringing everything together. A lot of jakes don't understand the idea, the concept of this doctrine, you know, the kingdom, you know, and exacting vengeance on your enemies. You'll never be able to fully grasp that until you be able to digest reincarnation. Because see, this doctrine is centered around justice. And we're going to go into that in Lazarus and the rich man. Justice, man. We're not going to bring judgment on just some random guy. You're going to actually repay those who cross you, man.
Right.
That's how bad the Lord is. That shows the perfection of the Lord. The very one that crossed you. It was a while back. I don't know if I told y'all this, but it was a damn hiker. It was a group of runners, and a damn bear sprung out after he chased one guy. Out of all the people, he was running by motherfuckers. It was like, real tough. It was like there was a lot of Edomites running, This bear came out of nowhere, ran past other motherfuckers to get this one guy, man. And the guy, he broke off. Everybody was, oh no. And the guy jumped on his phone and shit. I wish I could find this shit, man. It was dramatic. It was beautiful, man. Beautiful piece of work of the Lord. Either might jump on the phone, calling his family and shit. Look, I'm being chased by a bear. I love you, you know what I mean? But through the Spirit, I believe he put that bear to death, man.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So even the animals, these animals gonna get justice, man. You know, which if you didn't know, these devils, they get off on torturing bears and shit. You know, all the animals, but you know they'll tie up a mother's bear and they'll torture the cubs just to hear the bear cry and shit, man. So Esau is the devil. He got a lot to pay for. But the moral of the story is the very one that put that whip on your back, you know, in the reincarnation of your past life, Jake gonna return that, man. Jake gonna get that very one back. And Esau did that to us. That's why the Lord said the days of vengeance are here. So the Lord is about justice, man. You know, we're gonna pay you devils back for what you did to us, man. Right? The very ones, that's why, just a quick nugget, the very ones who funded the transatlantic slave trade gonna be the first fruits of slavery. That's it. The Lord is going to reserve the elites, and they're going to go into captivity. Those are the very ones that funded the slave trade. See, so it shows you how the Lord is going to leave no dots, no stones unturned, if you will. Right. He dot every I, cross every T. Everything is perfect. You know, out of all these people, all these spirits, vengeance is going to be paid back on the very one that brought about, the offense. See, that's it. All right. Yep. You got something?
Yeah, kind of. This book on 2 Thessalonians 1 verse 6, saying it is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation.
See, to recompense tribulation, go ahead.
To them that trouble you.
See, to them that trouble you. So the very ones that trouble you, the Lord is going to recompense. Yep, the Most High is balanced. That's a beautiful point. You know, that's spoken of in Proverbs.
Yep.
Yep. A false balance is an abomination to Yahweh Basham. So if these devils was just to ride off in the sunset, that wouldn't be justice. That wouldn't be balance. See that? So now you go back to this definition.
Yeah, this is that back from the definition of dark sayings. It says riddle, difficult question, parable, enigmatic statement, enigmatic saying or question, perplexing saying or question. It says riddle, dark, obscure utterance.
Woo! When you utter something, it's not clear. I'm talking to you. You know what I mean? You don't know what the hell I'm talking about. And that's why I brought up this point, I believe, last night through the Spirit. That's why they said our Lord was a drunkard. You know? Yeah. You know, even though he used to drink, but they was mocking him. They said, this man talking, what the fuck he mean? You know? What you talking about? He must be drunk, you know? But it was wise words. It was heavenly language that go over the head of mere humans, man. And that's what this book is all about. And that's what these prophecies is all about. You know, they're found within parables. And it was all done in effort. It was done in effort to keep away the undesirables. We understand it. A nigga like 2 Chainz is not gonna get this. See that? And even those who think they know about this book, right, who claim to build their foundation on the scripture. If they're not a part of the elect, this is gonna go over their head. But also it was done in an effort to preserve this book as well. You know, if the Lord would have came out and said, the white man, you know, then these devils, with the power they had, they would have got rid of it. But the Lord, you know, the dramatics, the theatrics of the Lord, man, he made it go this way, you know. So now, you got something? That was pretty much it on that. Okay, so now we can go into it.
Okay, all right. This is St. Luke 16:19. He said, there was a certain rich man, which was clothed in purple and fine linen, and fared sumptuously every day.
And let's focus on that. That's dealing with the so-called white man, and in particular, the elites. All right, those who have the planet Earth and the fatness of it, which that's spoken of in the book of Genesis, the 27th chapter. Right. So that rich man would be in the form of these international bankers. Those who seize control of the entire planet Earth, the resources of the planet Earth, all the gold, all the silver, you know, the diamonds, which you have an acronym, G-O-D. You know, you have the Oppenheimers, you have these DuPonts. There's DuPonts, you know. They got the gold, they got the diamonds, and they got the oil. They pretty much cornered the market. and every resource that you might perceive to have somewhat of value to it, the so-called white man has seized it. This is what made him rich. Yep. See? Read that again.
He said that was a certain rich man, which was clothed in purple and fine linen.
Right. Purple symbolizes royalty. You know? Like these devils, like, for an example, we're gonna get into it in this parable as well. Jake think that they got something. You ain't really got nothing, man. You know, those who really have wealth, you know, they got liquid money, man. The assets these devils got, you can't even count it. You know,
everything free to them.
Yeah, everything free to them. Yeah, imagine that. Wrap your mind around that. You ain't got to pay for that. These devils, they don't really touch the ground. You know, they go from helicopter rooftop to rooftop. They don't eat at McDonald's and different shit like that. You know, they eat the choice meat, they drink the choice wine. That's on another level what we're dealing with right here. Okay? Yep.
Go ahead. Quick precept with that purple. Is Revelation 17:4. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stone and pearls, having a gold cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of a fornication.
Yes, you got it up.
And so it lets you know this is Esau Edom, which that's like Masha said, this is
her baby.
They baby, man. America, man. Because this is what they pretty much this is where they play out everything. You know, this is where their mouth is at. You know, this is what the influence. You know, they want to have a fad going on. They say, all right, let's start off in America, so they can be the influence of the planet Earth, man. You know.
Yeah, and America is considered the exalted, the highest mountain. Yep. You know, the glory of kingdoms, if you will. They would be the royalty of all the other nations. Yep. So real quick, this is the symbols of the color purple. It says, thus purple can be regarded as the color of the imagination and high-minded spiritually. Yeah, because that's royalty. Yep. We're going to be high-minded. You know, we're going to be high-minded in the kingdom. Matter of fact, it tells you that, and I think that's Isaiah the 60th chapter. Want to get that real quick?
Yeah, I know that. Yep.
Yeah, we're going to have a certain level of pride in the kingdom. It's going to be in righteousness. You know, because when you're on a level, when you're royal, there's a certain level of pride come with that. We're not going to have our head down in the kingdom. No, we're going to be boasting in the kingdom, man. And to tell you that,
is it Isaiah 60, right?
I think it's Isaiah 60.
All right, let's see.
Boast yourselves. It's after 13 or something like that.
Okay.
Something like that, if I'm not mistaken. You shall boast yourselves.
Let's see. I know it's Isaiah 60.
I think it's 60. Let me see. Tell me that you shall boast. Let me see. I can find it real quick. $61. No, hold on.
61. Yeah, that's it.
61 and 6.
Yeah. Then Isaiah 61:6. But ye shall be named the priests of the Lord. Men shall call you the ministers of our power.
Go ahead.
You shall eat the riches of the Gentiles.
Right, we're going to eat the riches of the Gentiles. And right now, that's what the so-called white man is doing. He's eating the riches of the other nations in the form of him hijacking these continents, taking everything they got. Yep. This devil hit Afghanistan for their poppy seeds, flipped it into heroin, hit Cuba. Yep. Puerto Rico. They named Puerto Rico the Port of Riches. Yep. You know, for all the riches they took out of them, man. Right? But guess what? In the kingdom, we're going to eat all the nations' riches up, man. See? Scriptures tell you how our gates are going to be shut neither day or night. They're going to be open continually. Not going to be an 800-point drop in the Dow Jones in the kingdom, man. We're going to be constantly getting it in the kingdom. See? Go ahead.
God, it said, you shall eat the riches of the Gentiles, and in their glory shall you boast yourselves.
Shall you what?
Boast yourselves.
Yeah, in the kingdom, we're going to be boasting, man. See that? Yep. Right? So when you go back to this, let me go back here, Salaki. Go back to this definition for this color, purple, right? The symbolism behind it, it says, Thus, purple can be regarded as the color of the imagination and high-minded. See, we're going to be high-minded in the spirit. And they say that, high-minded spiritually. See, it says the color purple is also associated with royalty. See, and nobility. And thus can signify luxury. See that? Wealth and extravagance. See that? So that show you right here in Luke. Matter of fact, read it again.
St. Luke 16:19. There was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple and fine linen and fared sumptuously every day.
Right, so that's dealing with the elites. Okay? Matter of fact, you'll give me Wisdom of Solomon. Well, it said this, I think it's Wisdom of Solomon 2.
Oh, yeah, I think I know. Let us. I know. Yep, yeah.
You got something?
Yeah, this is Wisdom of Solomon 2. And Wisdom of Solomon 2. And let me start at 7. It said, let us fill ourselves with costly wine.
Right, and that's dealing with these elites. That rich man that fares sumptuously every day. See?
It said, let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointments. Let no flower of the spring pass by us. Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they be withered. Let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness.
Our what?
Voluptuousness.
The fatness, right? Go ahead.
Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place, for this is our portion and our lot is this.
Yeah, and this is their time to rule. Okay? So now you can go back to
God. St. Luke 16:19 again. It said, there was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple and fine linen and fared sumptuously every day.
Yep, go ahead.
And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus.
And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, all right? That Lazarus right there, that's dealing with Israel. You know? That's dealing with Israel. Go ahead.
Which was laid at his gate full of sores.
Which was laid at his gate full of sores. Okay? Now let's take a look at this right here, man. It says laid at his gates full of sores. Right? Those sores, let's deal with sores first. Those sores, matter of fact, give me Isaiah, the 1st chapter. And I think it's around the 5th or 6th verse. Those swords symbolizes all the atrocities and crimes committed against us at the hand of the so-called white man, which is the weapon. Give me Isaiah the 10th chapter and the 15th verse. Go ahead.
God, Isaiah 1 and 5. Why should you be stricken anymore?
Yep, you've been beaten, right? And who the Lord used to beat you, to strike you? Give me Isaiah 10 and 15.
This book of Isaiah 10 and verse 15. Shall the axe boast itself against him that heareth therewith?
That axe is Esau. Go ahead.
Or shall the saw magnify itself against him that shaketh it?
Go ahead.
As if the rod should shake itself against him that lift it up.
Yeah, so that rod is Esau. The Lord used that rod to beat us, to strike us, to leave us stricken. Go ahead.
Or as if the staff should lift up itself as if it were no wood.
Right. So these swords that we received was at the hand of Esau. You know? You got something?
Oh, no, go back.
Give me real quick and give me any wound, but the wound of the enemy, something like that. I mean,
okay, I know what you're talking about.
Give me that.
Yeah, this is Sirach 25. In let's see, Sirach 25. And I started verse 13. It's like it's verse 15. Get the point. Verse 15. It says, "There's no head above the head of a serpent, and there is no wrath above the wrath of an enemy."
Read that again.
It said, "There's no head above the head of a serpent."
And what? That's the rich man. Who is over the bankers? Wait, man. That's the circle. Who is head over him, man? That man was put in power. Okay, just read Romans the 13th chapter. This is his portion. This is his time. See that? Yep, go ahead.
There is no head above the head of a serpent, and there is no wrath above the wrath of an enemy.
So that's what we receive them swords. Matter of fact, give me Jeremiah 30 real quick and 14. Jeremiah 30 and 14. Because the scriptures say Lazarus lay at his gate, which his gate is symbolic to America. This is where we was brought to serve that hardcore slavery. Right here. This is the gate of the so-called white man. You know? But this scripture said we laid at his gate full of swords. How do we receive them swords again? And what's some of the swords? Obviously slavery, but even to this very day, you know, the stigma that's attached to our people. You living in these different conditions, you know, on these reservations, barrios and ghettos and such, man. You know, you got, I touched on that briefly today, you got these abortion clinics accessible for our people. That's a sword. No, that's a form of cutting you off, afflicting you as a people. The fact that your nationality was taken, man, that was a sword. So that's those swords, right? So give me Jeremiah 30 and 14.
Jeremiah 30 and 14. All thy lovers have forgotten thee. They seek.
Read that again.
All thy lovers have forgotten thee.
Yeah, because prior to us coming to captivity, the scriptures tell you how Israel played the harlot under every tree. So when we came over in captivity, did the other nations think about you? They knew you was the Israelites. They knew who you was, man. But you were saying that you was African. Did Nelson Mandela come to get you, man? You know? They forgot. Your lovers forgot you. See, go ahead.
He said, all thy lovers have forgotten thee. They seek not after thee. So like they seek not thee. So like they seek thee not. For I have wounded thee.
I what?
Wounded thee.
Go ahead.
With the wound of an enemy.
And who is the enemy? The so-called white man. So the Lord wounded us with the wound of the enemy. That proved that those swords that we accumulated was from Esau. Yeah, go ahead.
With the chastisement of a cruel one.
Yeah, and that's Esau. Go ahead.
For the multitude of thine iniquities, because thy sins were increased.
Yeah, and that's why we had to catch up. That's why when you come into this truth, it's levels. That's why the scripture talk about faith to faith.
Yeah, that's it.
You know, you come in and then you have a sympathy for Jake. Damn, man, they beat us, they hung us. Then after you get into this thing, say, you know what, we went off, man. Okay? So now let's go back.
Back Isaiah 1 and 5. He said, why should ye be stricken in the more? Ye will revolt more and more.
Go ahead.
The whole head is sick.
Yep, the whole head is sick. Go ahead.
And the whole heart faint.
Go ahead.
From the sole of thy foot even unto the head, there's no sound is in it, but wounds.
But wounds, okay, that's dealing with Israel. Go ahead.
And bruises.
And bruises. That proves that Lazarus, the man Lazarus in this parable, is Israel. See, go ahead.
And putrefying sores.
And putrefying sores. When you go into a putrefying sores, a sore that gets worse. Right? Go ahead.
They have not been closed.
They have not. Oh, they have not been closed. Only the elect. Right now, the Lord is healing us. Hold that and give me. I think that's Joel 5. I believe it's Joel 5. Another one.
Yep. This is the book of
because this truth is known as oil. Oil is ointment. The Lord have, you know, those wounds are now being healed. You know. All right, go ahead.
This is Joel 5, starting verse 17. Behold, happy is the man whom the Most High correcteth. Therefore, despise not thou the chastening of the Almighty.
And I just said that through the Spirit. You know, at first we come into this thing like, oh man, they hung us. You know what I mean? But then, then you say, you know what? Oh, that was the correction of the Lord. That was the chastising of the Lord. Go ahead.
For he make us sore.
Oh, he what?
Make us sore.
Yeah, that proved that again, that Lazarus in this parable with the sores. That's Israel. The Lord made us sore. Go ahead.
For he make us sore and bind them up.
Yeah, now the Lord is binding us up. Go ahead.
He wounded.
He wounded, read.
And his hands make whole.
And his hands make whole. Woo. Yeah, come on now. Who is his hand? The Lord extended his hand by the we the hands, man. Okay? That's why you hear the word, give me a helping hand. We the hands. The Lord extended himself to you by his prophets. And this is what's making you whole once more. See? All right? Now, come on.
Yep. It says, they back continue on Isaiah 1 and 6. It said, they have not been closed, neither bound up, neither mollified with ointment.
Yep, with this truth. All right. So now let's go back to you have a precept? All right, so let's go back to the parable.
This is St. Luke 19.
Read it from the top again.
All right, St. Luke 16 and 19. That was a certain rich man which were clothed in purple. Yeah,
so now you should have more understanding on that. That's dealing with the powers that be. And that's showing you how bad Yahweh is, man. Yahweh breaking it all down. You know, for this very moment. Go ahead.
It said, and fine linen and fare sumptuously every day.
Yeah.
And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid at his gate full of sores.
Which was laid at his gate full of sores. See that? So the gate would be America. The sores would be all the crimes and atrocities, everything we had to endure under this devil. Okay, but we lay, meaning when you lay down, that means you concede. We got no more fight. Matter of fact, you'll give me that in Genesis. Crouching.
Yep.
No, if you see two people fighting, right, then one person just lay it down, then he conceded.
Yep.
The fight been taken out of him, man. And that's what happened to Israel. That what happened to our people, man, as a nation. The fight was taken out of us, man. Okay? Go ahead.
This is Genesis 49:9. Judah is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, thou art gone up. He stooped down.
He stooped down. See?
He crouched up as a lion, and as an old lion.
Right, as an old lion, which at a certain point, a lion, when he get in age, he loses fight. Versus a younger lion who have much more vigor, you know, energy. Well, read that one more time. Huh?
It said he crouched as a lion, and as an old lion. Who shall rouse him up?
Who shall rouse him up? Meaning what? He was laying down. Yep. Give me Isaiah 51, I think in 23. Isaiah 51 and 23.
I think that's what I was looking for.
Oh, yeah, come on. Might be it.
Yeah. The Isaiah. Yeah, that's
it.
Yeah. The Isaiah 51 and 23. It said, but I will put into thy hand of them that afflict thee, which I said to thy soul, bow down.
Bow down, go ahead.
That we may go over.
Read.
And thou hast laid thy body as the ground.
And thou hast what?
Laid thy body as the ground.
See that? And that's dealing with Israel. So when you go back to the parable, right?
St. Luke 16:20, it said, and there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid at his gate. Which was
laid at his gates. So that's dealing with the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American, man. We was all laid down right here in America. You really go into it, the natives laid down first, man, right here on these soils of America.
That's right.
Right? So as a whole, we was laid down here. You know? Yep, so continue.
It said, which was laid at his gate full of sores, and desired to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table.
Right, and that's our people. We desire the crumbs. We desire the crumbs, man. Case in point, you hear these rappers, I just need $1 million. Just give me $1 million. Do you know that's the crumbs, man? Hey, you might say, well, you know what? Oprah, she well off. Jay-Z, they got they're billionaire. Do you know that's the crumbs? They getting paid off a loaf. See, what the Lord is developing here with us, we want the whole pie, man. We want it all. Right. Jake desires the crumbs. And I don't give a damn if it's millions or billions. Somebody paying you. See, that shows that is the crumbs that fell from the rich man's table. Which, when you go into the table, do you know that goes back to banks? That would that go back to? You go into the etymology of a table, it goes back into banks. That's why when you go to do business at a bank, you sit at a table, man.
Yep.
So that's the scriptures, if you're paying attention, showing you who the rich man is. That's the banker. Read that again.
It says, and desire to be fed with the crumbs which fell from...
And when you pay attention to the scriptures, right, you got to pay close attention. It fell because it was from high. That means they're on high. And you still at the bottom.
Yep.
So it fell from the bankers. That's who on top.
Yep.
So Oprah got the crumbs. Michael Jordan got the crumbs, man. See, when you come in this truth, you understand what real wealth is. We understand what real wealth. You know what wealth is? Because, you know, Jacob said, wealth is 100 trillion. You know what I mean? They come up with this crazy number, man. I know. Just give me, I bet I can be 300 trillion. No, you know what wealth is, man? Rulership, man.
That's it.
Rulership. I ain't got to have nothing. If I rule over you, what you got is mine, man. It's just that simple. See that? Go ahead.
It said, and desire to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table.
Right, again, so all these celebrities who got, let's say one of these jakes who got $1 billion, you can come up with the outlandish number you want. He's being paid.
No, that's it.
It's coming from a loaf, right? And from the rich man's table, which again goes into the banks, man. Go ahead.
Moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores.
The dogs came and licked his sores. What's that going into? The dogs came and licked our sores. That's going into the other nations. the other nations pretty much capitalized off of our wounds, off of our fall. Case in point, in your neighborhood, it's not gooks in your neighborhood, these Arabs. Hey, in these stores, I know down here, they got fake chains, fitted hats and shit like that. All the stores is all geared to capitalize off of Jake. Then your neighborhood's capitalizing off of your source. See, read that again. Huh?
God, it says, "And desire to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table."
So that's Jake.
Yep.
Jake designed to have money, to have everything here in this world, some type of status. You know, they desiring to get the perks of the so-called white man, the rich man. Right? Go ahead.
It said, "Moreover, the dogs came and licked his sword."
The dogs came and licked his sword. The dogs is the other nations. Okay. Let's get the precepts to prove that.
I got a quick
You got them? Go ahead.
This is the book of Zechariah 1:15. I am very so displeased with the heathen.
Well, the heathen, that's the other nations. Go ahead.
They are at ease.
They are at ease. When the last time you seen a goddamn group, a so-called Chinese man in the hood with you living in the hood? You know, or an Arab live up the street, man. You bump into, that's, you know what I mean? That's Abdul, man. You know what I'm saying? They out there with Esau, man. They at ease. Read that again, huh?
It says, I am very so displeased with the heathen. They are at ease.
Yep.
For I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction.
Right. So the Lord was a little displeased with us, but these other nations helped forward the affliction, man. See that?
God.
So, yep.
I got something.
Yep. Go ahead.
St. Matthew 15:26. But he answered and said, "It is not meet to take the children's bread and cast it to dogs."
And cast it to who?
To dogs.
Matter of fact, you can jump up on that.
Yeah, kind. All right. St. Matthew 15:24. But he answered and said, "I'm not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel."
See that? So now you see what the Lord was talking about. He was talking in the sense of nations, in relation to the nations. I'm only sent to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, which excludes the other nations. So the Lord called us sheep, right? But what are you going to call the other nations?
Dogs.
See? Read it again.
God, it said, but he answered and said, "It is not meet to take the children's bread and to cast it to dogs."
To cast it to dogs. See that? And that's dealing with the other nations. So when you go back to the parable, go ahead.
St. Luke 16:21. And desire to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table.
Yeah, so our people, we desire to be fed with the crumbs. Go ahead.
Moreover, the dogs came and licked his sword.
The other nations came over here and they came up off of your fall. Give me that in Revelation. Revelation 11.
Yeah.
You got that? Go ahead.
This is the book of Revelation 11, I'm starting at verse 10. It says, "And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them."
Yeah, this is the other nations. They rejoice over our fall. Right? They lick the dogs. Hey, that's bad the way your house shot put that, man. The damn dogs licked our sores. Meaning they came up, they were satisfied, they was fed off of our wounds, off of our downfall. See that? Go ahead.
It says, "And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them, and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another, because these two prophets tormented them that dwell on the earth."
Right, and those two prophets right there, just to simplify, that's dealing with Israel, the northern and southern kingdom. Right? And the guy who left the comment, Moses and Elijah, but what that's talking about then? You know what I mean? Right? So yeah, go ahead.
God. St. Luke 16:22. And it came to pass that the beggar died.
Yeah. Oh, now let's we got to lock in on this right here. Read that again.
It said, "And it came to pass that the beggar died."
That the beggar died. Go ahead.
"And was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom."
Go ahead.
"The rich man also died and was buried."
And was buried. Now, somebody read that and say, "See, the rich man he died, and Lazarus he died, right? And now this is going to go into the afterlife. This phase right here. Well, what this is talking about when it say that we died and the rich man died, that's talking about our captivity came to an end and his rulership came to an end. Simultaneously, that's what's going to happen. Give me 2 Ezra 6.
Yep.
And start. Matter of fact, it started at, I think, 7 maybe.
Okay, all right. Yeah, this second Ezra chapter 6.
Because again, it says the rich man died and Lazarus died. That simply means our captivity came to an end. It died, and the rich man's power died. That's all that's talking about. That's a parable. You got to remember, this is a parable, which means it's not literal. See? Yep. So go ahead.
This is second Ezra 6 itself. Then answered I and said, what shall be the pardon of the son of the time?
Of the times, when is this going to end? Right? Go ahead.
Or when shall be the end of the first?
See?
In the beginning of it that followeth.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him.
Which Jacob and Esau is Lazarus and the rich man, if you can see. Go ahead.
Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau.
Uh-huh. Hey, the dead body. The dead body. The dead body reaching up at the grave. And we rose up from the dead. And that act alone, it shows you that there's a sequel to the movie. No, and there's always, when that guy, you know, you hear, you know what I mean? Like, oh, it's going to be a part 2, man. The chunky little boy, man. You know what I mean? Goddamn baby wake up and look at you or something. You know? Read that again.
It said, he said unto me, from Abraham to Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. Mm-hmm. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows.
That's Lazarus and the rich man, and you're going to see that, right? Yeah. So now let's go back over here. You have a precept?
Yeah, come.
Go ahead.
This book of Lamentations 4, verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and thou shalt make thyself naked. The punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion.
Right. It died. Our iniquity died. It was accomplished. Go ahead.
He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thy iniquity, O daughter of Edom.
And that's bad. We might have to either go back to that once you go more into this part. Because you see, it's key words that jump out. Pass. You know, the cup, you can't pass over, you know what I mean? Cups are passed, you know. Right? Yep, so that was it on that?
Yeah, that was it.
All right, so now let's go back to the parable.
It said, and it came to pass that the beggar died and was carried by the angels.
Meaning our captivity was accomplished. That's all. Right? Go ahead.
It said, and carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom. The rich man also died and was buried.
And the rich man died. Right? Meaning his power came to an end. This is going to happen simultaneously. When Esau power in, when Esau reign die, our captivity going to die. See that? Yep, go ahead.
And in hell.
And and in hell. And this is what he's so called. And we didn't have that plenty of time. When these Christians say, you know what? There is a hell. And they'll get that. Well, hold up. First and foremost, this is a parable, so that couldn't be literal. But we don't go into what this hell really is right there. You know? You got a precept?
Oh, yeah, just going to hell.
Go ahead.
This is St. Matthew's 11.
Yeah.
And let's see, it's like 23. It said, and thou Capernaum, which are exalted unto heaven, shall be brought down to hell.
Yeah, so is that, which Capernaum was a city. So you mean to tell me that was a city that was in heaven, then they went off, they was partying too hard, and then they got dropped down in the hell, man. No, that's talking about a condition. You had a certain city, which at that time, they was uppity. When the Lord came, they had their nose tooted up, but Lord cursed them. He said, look, right now you're exalted, but ultimately you're going to be in hell. And through the Spirit, I ain't saying, because a lot of things is not just written black and white. The Spirit got to reveal it. Oh, the Lord told people that. Flesh and blood hasn't revealed this. But in the Spirit, right, I believe the homeless people that you see and shit like that, that's the residents of Capernaum. It only makes sense because the Lord said Capernaum was exalted. Now they're going to be brought down to hell, meaning a lower condition. You know, that's why your house said the poor will always be among you. You know what I mean? Yep. So
that was point on
that. Was it on that? You got something else? You got something? All right. Give me real quick Psalms 18 and 5.
Yeah, this is book of There's a book of Psalms, chapter 18, and verse 5. It says, the sorrows of hell compass me about.
Right, the sorrows of hell compass me about. That's what we are in right now. We in hell. The sorrows of hell has compassed us about, man. Going all the way back. That don't even require no breakdown, man.
Yep.
Do not Jake say I'm catching hell, man. Okay? Ever since you came over here, it's been hell for you. Our hell is Esau's heaven. Because us being at the bottom solidifies him being on top. That's why you see Esau get a rush. They get a lust to see you at the bottom. Because it's somehow, validating them being on top. That's that yin and yang. Our fall is Esau's exaltation. And when we are exalted, that's going to mean their fall. It's that seesaw, man. See? Yep. Go ahead, read it again.
Okay, Con. Yeah, Psalm 18:5. It said, the sorrows of hell compass me about.
Yep.
The snares of death prevented me.
Yep. So hell was King David in hell. All right, that's the point. That's talking about a condition right there. All right. So now let's go back. You have something? All right, let's go back.
All right, Con. Yeah, this is St. Luke 16 and verse 23. And in hell, he lifted up his eyes, being in torments.
Read it again. Read it again.
It said, and in hell.
Jump up to the dive one more time.
All right, this is.
And how was shot when he spoke this, man, the Lord bad. He knew that you was gonna be taken by this idea. That's why he put it in those words. Read it again from they died.
It said, and it came to pass in verse 22, and it came to pass that the beggar died.
That the beggar died, which is symbolic to Israel. There's going to be a time where our captivity is going to come to an end. It's going to die. See, go ahead.
And was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom.
Yep, and that's going into the chariots. You know what I mean? See that? Go ahead.
The rich man died also.
And the rich man died. Now, why is it saying Abraham? Because really, Abraham right there is really symbolic to our Lord, really Yahweh Shai. Because that word Abraham goes into the exalted father. Now, when you read, matter of fact, give me Isaiah real quick. The 9th chapter, you know how I want. Because you might say, well, why is Abraham in the midst of this? That's symbolic to the Lord, man. Okay?
Yeah, God, this is the book of Isaiah chapter 9 and in verse 6. It's like this Isaiah 9 and 6. It said, for unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder.
That's talking about Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
And his name shall be called.
And his name shall be what?
Called.
Go ahead.
Wonderful. Counselor, the mighty power, the everlasting Father.
The everlasting Father. See that? So that's why, which goes into Abba. All right? But in the Hebrew, that's Abba Ron. Exalted Father. So that's what they're talking about when you see the word Abraham here. Right? So go back.
It says, it's like it said, and it came to pass that the beggar died, it was carried by the angels.
Right, so when our captivity is over, we're going to be carried by the chariots, into Yahweh Shai's bosom. See, go ahead.
It said, and was carried by the angel into Abraham's bosom. The rich man also died.
But his rulership came to an end. It died. Go ahead.
And was buried.
See, he was exalted. He went, downwards. He was abased. There you go. Go ahead. You got a precept? Go ahead.
It's Luke 14 and 11. For whosoever exalted himself shall be abased.
There shall be buried. That's lower than low. Like I could be on the ground, but if I put under the ground. Go ahead.
It says, for whosoever exalted himself shall be abased, and he that humbled himself shall be exalted.
See that? That's the yin and yang. So simultaneously, as our captivity died, once again, Esau's rulership is going to die. That's what this parable is going into. Lazarus died and the rich man died. That means his condition died with him being on top, and our condition died with us being at the bottom. Simple as that. Go ahead.
It says, and in hell.
Now this talking about the rich man. Go ahead.
It said, and in hell he lifted up his eyes.
Now you got to understand, when you deal with the parables in a lot of scriptures, period, there's a lot of history in one line. One line is a vast future or history. One line can cover 200 years. So this is talking about overall. After the smoke cleared and the dust settled, Esau gonna be in the captivity, man. That's what they're saying. Esau lift up his eyes in hell.
Yep.
When these devils are reincarnated, when they open their eyes out of their mother's womb, they're going to be in hell from that moment. Read that again. Huh?
God, it said, and in hell, he lift up his eyes.
Yeah, see?
That's it.
That's going into, man. Andrew Jackson going to open up his eyes in hell, man, in the kingdom. The kingdom of heaven is going to be their hell. George W. Bush. Motherfucker. Guess what? He's going to wake up. He's going to lift his eyes. And do you know that happened to us? We lifted our eyes in hell. When you woke up as a baby and your eyes open, you was in hell, man. See that? And that's going to happen to Esau.
Somebody said we're going to be pricked that well.
Yep. Oh, yep, Con. Yep. You got a precept?
Yeah, Con. Just going back, you said how we went through hell. They're going to have to go through hell too.
Mm-hmm.
It's the book of Deuteronomy 30 verse 7. And the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies.
Yeah. Yeah, in the kingdom, Esau women not going to have her hair, man.
Yep.
Okay? See, the Lord bad, man. You know? Go ahead.
It says in them,
amongst many other things. Go ahead.
It says in them that hate thee, which persecuted thee.
Mm-hmm. See that? That's Lazarus and the rich man.
That's
why I said through the Spirit, the Lord Yahweh shot bad. He summarized everything in one parable. In one parable, everything summarized. That's why we was able to go to Deuteronomy 30.
Yeah.
Because the Lord summarized it all up. All right, so go ahead.
It said, and in hell, he lift up his eyes, being in torments.
Right, see? So these devils going to open up their eyes. They're going to wake up in torment, man. They're going to come out of the womb in captivity, man. See that? But to the naked eye, somebody will read that and say, you died and you wake up in torment in hell. Come on, man. That's not talking about that. Again, this is a parable. Yep. See? So this couldn't be literal. This is figuratively. Go ahead.
And seeing Abraham afar off.
What do it mean when he saw Abraham afar off? That means we was well off. We gonna be well off. You know? When they come into the kingdom and they wake up and open their eyes, we're gonna be well off. I'm talking about way off, man. In the heavens. Right? We're gonna be well off. Them devils gonna be at the bottom. See? Go ahead. And I'm gonna say this, man. Don't be surprised if these devils know exactly what's going on. Because the Lord showed mercy to us. We woke up and we ain't know. We ain't know. That was mercy. The Lord bad. The Lord gonna have these devils probably know. Oh shit. That's, you know what I mean? That's Junebug. You know?
Hey.
This is not America. Oh my God, this is not a, you know, truly, man. That's why it says the Lord, I'm gonna say this, man. Now I gotta throw this out there, right? When you read Malachi, the first chapter, the scriptures tell you how the Lord loved us. Think about it. The Lord put that hell on us and he loved us? What the fuck you think he gonna do to Esau? He hate them. The Lord loved us and we went through all this. So imagine those who we hate, man. That's why I wouldn't be surprised if these devils wake up and know exactly what the fuck going on, man. They ain't gonna have the luxury of mercy not knowing no better. Them devils don't know. Shit, this ain't America, man. It's not Andrew Jackson. You know, we ain't got these. They got us. They got us. I believe that in the spirit, man. Did you got something?
I got something bad. This Revelation 18 verse 6. Reward her even as she reward you in double.
See, in double. See, in double. It's gonna be worse than us, man. Right? In double. See, go ahead.
In double. It's like it says, reward her even as she reward you, and double unto her, double according to her works.
And for an example, they hit us with a whip, but according to the prophets, we're gonna hit them with a rod and iron. That's double in itself, man. See that? Go ahead.
In the cup which she have filled to her double.
See that? Filled to her double. The Lord, man. Go ahead.
God. It says, and in hell he lift up his eye, being in torments, and see Abraham afar off.
Right, so they're gonna see us well off. Right? We're gonna be on, you know, in the kingdom. Right? Go ahead.
And Lazarus in his bosom, and he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me.
Woo! Fucking devil, man. Go ahead.
It says, Father Abraham, he said, and he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me, and send Lazarus
Hold up, real quick. Can you give me where it said no mercy was to those who haven't shown? Let's get that.
That James, right? The James 2.
Yep.
This is the book of James. Salakia. Book of James, chapter 2.
So the nerve of this devil, he's gonna look for mercy, man. Yeah, that's right. Like the brother said, they always crying, man. You know? But guess what? In that day, you're not gonna be consoled. Right now you are being consoled. See, this is the consolement, this is the consolation of when Esau cried all those centuries back. Yep. This is how it shot Isaac consoling him now. In the form of America, in the form of the EU, in the form of the NATO. Yep. This is your consolation now, baby. Right? Go ahead.
God, this is James 2 and 13. For he shall have judgment without mercy, that have showed no mercy, and mercy rejoiceth against judgment.
See that? So it's not going to be mercy for you because you didn't show mercy, you goddamn devil, man. And now let's talk about the animals, right? Do you know animals be crying for mercy? Yeah. Like when you hear these animals like birds and shit like that, when they be squeaking or whatever, they be crying for mercy, man. Yeah. They'll just be saying shit to say shit. They don't be like, Jake, oh shit, They be asking for mercy, man. And these devils still put them to death, man. So they didn't show no mercy, man. So no mercy going to be shown to them. That's justice. All right, go ahead.
Continue on. St. Luke 16 and 24 again. It says, and he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me.
Right. So in the kingdom, they're going to be looking for mercy. Go ahead.
And sent Lazarus, they may dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue.
Now let me ask you this. If you're in hell burning, why in the hell are you going to request for somebody to drop a drop of water? Yeah. First of all, how you going to hold this conversation while you burning, man? Let's show you that that's not literal, man. Come on, man. See, this ain't for, this is for the real, the spiritual minded. This arena right here, right? This ain't for, just beginners. Yeah, God. That don't make any sense. Why in the hell, first of all, if you burning, you holding the conversation, Abraham, what? You bringing out the smoke and say, Abraham, I need you to get the fuck out of here, man. But hold up, out of all that, when you do finally get your words out, your request is to send Abraham. First of all, why didn't you say, Abraham, fuck that. Don't go get nobody. You get me out of here. But he said, you know what? I want you to go and get, I don't want nobody to do this but Lazarus. I want Lazarus to come here and drop a tip of water. See, come on, man. That's not talking about hell. See, read that again, man.
He cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me, and send Lazarus. Come on, man.
Come on, man. You have mercy on me by sending Lazarus. Lazarus got to be the guy I see. Lazarus, you give me a tip of water. Come on, man. Yeah, go ahead.
Send Lazarus that he may dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue before I'm tormented in this flame.
Now, hold up. That's dealing with the condition they're going to be in. Now, you know what? That happened. Do you know when we lock arms and pick it side, do you know that's us saying, relieve us, give us a little water? Whenever our people was marching and saying, stop. Hey, Jake saying, look, man, please take away the chokehold. That's Jake saying, just drop a little water, man, and relieve us, man. That's all that's talking about. In the kingdom, Esau gonna want that same compassion. See that? Because we're gonna be putting hell on you devils, man. And rightfully so. When you go into the spectacular lynching of Claude Neal, man, Claude Neal gonna beat the shit out your ass, man, in the kingdom, man. Right? He gonna get all them motherfuckers back. All the motherfuckers that was, and we gonna probably proceed over it. Yeah, Claude, get them. There they go, Claude. Get them. We'll be clapping this shit, man. That's gonna go down in the kingdom, man. Got crowns on and shit, man. You understand, man? Was that stake right here, man. We're gonna have crowns on. We're gonna see them fucking devils, man. We're gonna see the very ones that put hell on us, man. And that's right. We're gonna be clapping this shit, man. It's gonna be a beautiful day, man. When Obadiah the 18th chapter, they're gonna be a festive day, man. We're gonna be celebrating. That's gonna be a beautiful day, man. Imagine that, to see all the brothers hugging, man. All Israel hugging. We ain't looking at each other sideways no more, man. We hugging. Yahweh Shai, man. Right there. Come on, man. Come on,
God. It says, but Abraham said, son, remember that thou in thy lifetime.
Yeah, when you was ruling, go ahead.
Receive thy good things.
Yeah, right now these devils got everything going good. Give me Psalm 73. And the Lord cut them. No, remember, if that's going to be us, we're going to be telling you that. Now, motherfucker, remember. And we're going to be smart. Oh, that's the spirit. They're going to remember.
Yeah.
We're going to make them remember. Remember, motherfucker, when you had everything, man. And really, it was at the expense of the blood of the children of Israel. This place was built on the backs of Israel, man. Right? Go ahead,
Yeah, this Psalm 73:7. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than heart could wish.
That's talking about the so-called white man. See? Go ahead.
God.
All
right. It says, but Abraham said, son, remember that thou in thy lifetime receivest thy good things.
Right, it says, yeah, in your lifetime when you was ruling, you received good things. Go ahead.
It said, and likewise Lazarus, evil things.
Yeah, and Lazarus, the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American, we received evil things. Living in goddamn ghettos and projects. You know? You in your own neighborhood, you can be hit with a trespass.
Yeah.
No, so I know down here, man, like certain projects.
Oh yes.
You know, if you stand in a project, you got trespass. Where you fucking live at, man? They ought to put you in the ghetto and say you trespassing, man. That's what the scripture going. Read that again.
It said, but Abraham said, son, remember that thou in thy lifetime received thy good things.
Yeah, when you in your blessing, in your time to rule, you receive good things, right? Go ahead.
And likewise Lazarus evil things.
And likewise Lazarus evil things. That's the yin and the yang. That's the Jacob and Esau struggle.
Yep.
You know, 1 minute they're on top, 1 minute we on top. It's a struggle. So in order for them to be on top, we gotta be on the bottom. See, that's what the Lord is saying. In your lifetime, you receive good things, which by default we receive the bad things. See, go ahead.
It said, but now is he comforted?
Hold up, what?
Now is he comforted?
Come on, man. There's a time reserved, and Jake don't know that. Jake ain't got the luxury of knowing there's gonna be a day when the Lord gonna comfort us, man. We gonna be empowered. That's talking about the kingdom of heaven right there. And in that time, we gonna be comforted. See, the kingdom of heaven, the Lord gonna pamper us in the kingdom of heaven, man. You know.
Yep.
Go ahead. You got something else, son?
I would say, we cry till we're comforted.
So what now?
We're gonna continue to cry till we're comforted. I think it's in a apocrypha.
Oh yeah. His cries reaches.
I think that is.
And he will not until he's comforted.
Yeah, I think I know what that is.
Yeah, get that. You got a piece of it?
They got a precept while he getting it. This is the book of Sirach 10, verse 4. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord.
Yeah, meaning anybody that rule, the Lord sanctioned that. So Esau, as feeble and weak as he is, he's in power. Why? It was all for the sake of prophecy to be fulfilled. Yep. See, go ahead.
And in due time, he will set over it one that is profitable.
And that's the time. That's the time going to set us, the Lord going to set us over it, over the world. Matter of fact, can you give me whoever can get it first? 1 Samuel 2 and 8. This is also dealing with Lazarus and a rich man. If you read it, will understand it.
God, yeah.
You got it?
Yeah, God. In 1 Samuel 2 and 8. He raised up the poor out of the dust and lifted up the beggar from
the what?
The beggar.
Is not Lazarus known as the beggar? See? So y'all bad y'all shy of, man. That parable covers everything, man. It summarizes everything, man. See, read that again.
He raised up the poor out of the dust.
Because we was laid down at the gates. He raised us up out of the dust. Go ahead.
And lifted up the beggar from
lifted up the beggar, see?
From the dunghill.
Yeah, from the shithole. That word dung literally means shit. Right? Go ahead.
To set them among princes. Yeah. And to make them inherit the throne of glory.
Yeah, we're going to be ruling. See? Right? So now let's go back.
All right, kind.
I'm going to get what you have.
Okay, I got. Yeah, this is Ecclesiastes Sirach 34 and 17. It said, the prayer of the humble pierces the clouds until it come nigh.
Until where it come nigh? Until the kingdom get here. Go ahead.
He will not be comforted.
We will not be comforted until the day we're not going to stop, man. That's why we continue to do this work, man. We laboring for the kingdom, man. This is not just some game here, man. And you should see us and say, you know what? I know because I look at the apostles like they're different men. Like, these men labor for the kingdom. That's what you're witnessing the next rulers, man. Your next rulers, Lord will, right? But we will not be comforted until this devil is overthrown, man. And we set in our rightful lot. And that's pursuant to Ecclesiastes, what, that's 10 and 7? Yep. All right, so go ahead.
It said, it's like it said, the prayer of the humble pierces the clouds. Until it come not, he will not be comforted, and will not depart to the Most High, shall behold to judge righteously and execute judgment.
Yep. Right?
Yep.
So let's go back.
I got a quick.
You got this up? Go ahead.
This Isaiah 62 and verse 7, and give him no rest till he establish until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth.
Right. So we're gonna be made a praise. Whereas at one time we was downtrodden. We was like, like you see a dog with the mange. That's why we was that poor man with sores all over us, man. No strength. If you got a dog licking you, that means you ain't got strength to fend them off, man. See? But the Lord has worked a beautiful work, man. The Lord has showed mercy. The Lord has been gracious, to Israel, starting the elect. The Lord didn't forget about us, man. And the mere fact that we got this truth, and when the Lord, hey, that's bad, man. Like you just said, if you get into it with your old lady or whatever, and if she don't say nothing to you, then you don't know how to make things right, man. So the Lord let us know, he let us know why he was mad at us, man. So now we can do the things that please him. That's showing that the Lord opened it up to us, man. See? All right, come on.
St. Luke 16, St. Luke 16:25. But Abraham said, son, remember that thou in thy lifetime receivest thy good things, and likewise Lazarus evil things. Yep. But now is he comforted.
We're going to be comforted in that day. Go ahead.
And thou art tormented.
Yeah, and you're going to be tormented, you goddamn devil. You're going to be beaten. Hey, you know what your first job going to be? You're going to be dead. You're going to be burying dead bodies. That's a hell of a job, man. That's a hell of a job. Hey, man, that's bad. We're going to have you bankers burying dead bodies, man. And man, fuck you bankers, man. That's right. Because you motherfuckers sit up there in the shadows and you sign all these legislation. You get a kick out of oppressing us, man. You get a rush for oppressing us, man. We gonna have, man. Hey, we can't even really wrap our mind around the drama. Hey, because when you read Ezekiel the 25th chapter, it talks about this really gonna be the fear of the Lord. This is gonna be the fear of the Lord, man. Right? We're gonna judgment. We're gonna execute against you, man. See? Go ahead,
huh? It said, and besides all this, between us and you, there's a great gulf fixed.
Right. So Abraham said, look, man, you was comforted in your day and Lazarus was tormented. Now the roles has been reversed. And besides that, there's a gulf fix. Meaning, what does it mean when he said there's a gulf fix? That means that you had your time to rule and you can't spill over into our rulership. Matter of fact, read that again and read that. I don't want to jump the gun. Go ahead.
It said, and besides all this, between us and you, there's a great gulf fixed.
Go ahead.
So that they would none pass from hence to you, cannot, so that they would not pass from hence to you, cannot neither they pass to us, they will come from thence.
Right. So meaning there's a gulf fix, right? That you can't pass to us and we can't pass to you. Meaning what? You can't come in on our rulership just like we couldn't come in on your rule. This is your time. Esau, there's a gulf fix right now. That's why you see Jake like they tried to set up Black Wall Street. And the Lord had the way it got bombed to hell and back. Why? Because you was trying to pass that gulf. There was a gulf fixed. It was their time to rule. So we couldn't pass from hence to thence. Neither in the kingdom would they be able to pass from thence to hence, man. They're not going to be able to come over and come in on the rulership of our kingdom. Neither, just like these devils, they're not going to let you rule with them, man. They might give you some perks, but guess what? In the kingdom, they're not even going to get that because remember, it's going to be double, man. Read that again.
It said, besides all this, between us and you, there's a great gulf fixed.
So between your rulership and our rulership, there's a gulf fix. See? Go ahead. You can't be comforted in that time because that's our time to be comforted, man. Right? Go ahead.
So that they would not, that they which would pass from hence to you cannot, neither can they pass to us that will come from thence.
Yep, see that? Go ahead.
Then he said, I pray thee therefore, Father, that thou wouldest send him to my father's house,
Mm-hmm.
for I have 5 brethren.
Right, now when you go into, what is that, Bauer?
The Rothschild.
The Rothschild?
Is it a
Bow,
Rothschild?
Bauer, he was
Yeah,
Bauer.
yeah,
The
Bauer.
name was Bauer before, you know, which that word goes back to peasant. That proved that they was meant to be servants. But he actually had 5 sons. Let's show you how bad the Lord is, man.
Yeah.
From those 5 sons, that's what rulership started to what you see right now. Right? Go ahead.
For I have 5 brethren, that he may testify to them, lest they also come into this place of torment.
So now Esau,
Yeah.
after they're in captivity,
Yeah.
they're gonna want to do right.
Yeah.
They're gonna want, you know, them devils gonna try to get the birthright back even then, man. You know, and they show that they're serpents.
Yeah.
If you was to say, you know what, okay, Esau, we're gonna give you one more chance now.
Yeah.
That motherfucker I'm trying to overthrow you again.
Yeah.
See? Go ahead.
Yeah, let me say, go back to the time of Jacob and Esau.
Yeah.
So they can.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what they're trying to do with time travel.
Yeah.
Go back to Jacob and Esau so they could give a blessing, man. The right sacrifice, man. Fucking devil, man. That's what we're gonna beat the shit out you, man.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Abraham said unto him, they have Moses and the prophets.
Hold up. They have Moses and the prophets. What do that mean? That means the scriptures.
Yep.
You devils got the scriptures.
Yep.
But what did you do when you had the scriptures? Give me Psalms. Psalm 50.
Yep.
See, that shows you that you can't cut the Lord. You can't finesse the Lord. The Lord says, look, they coming up with this, and the Lord got another, you know, explanation, you know. No. They got this. Right? Go ahead.
Psalm 50 and 17. So like Psalm 50 and 17, seeing thou hatest instruction.
Start at 16.
Okay, kind of like it. This is Psalm 50 and 16. But unto the wicked, the most I say, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes?
Right, so here it is. These devils saying, you know, send Moses and the prophet. I mean, send Lazarus. That prove that that's the prophets.
Yep.
Send Lazarus so they can warn my brother.
Yep.
And Abraham said, look, man, they have Moses and the prophets. So right now in this lifetime, you got the scriptures.
Yep.
And what the hell you did with them? You omitted them. Case in point, you signed legislations in play that celebrates and protect goddamn homos, man. See, go ahead.
He said, but unto the wicked, the most I say, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing thou hatest instruction.
Yeah, you hate instruction, man. So-called white man. Go ahead.
And castest my words behind thee.
Now, that proves that they actually have, what did the Lord say? You have Moses and the prophets. In order for you to cast something or throw something, you had to first possess it. So these devils had access to this truth the whole time. Right? So that's why when you go back here, go ahead.
God, it says, Abraham said unto him, they have Moses and the prophets. Let them hear them.
But they don't hear the words of this book. Right? Go ahead.
It said, and he said, nay, Father Abraham.
See, this fucking devil, man. Fucking devil, going against the grain. The Lord told him, look, man, he said, nay, no. No. Goddamn devil, man. Go ahead.
He said, nay, Father Abraham, but if one went from the dead, they will repent.
They said one went from the dead, they will repent. Now that's twofold. Because that's dealing with Yahweh Shai, obviously we know. But did Yahweh Shai come here in this lifetime? No. So who is that talking about? It's talking about us. We the ones that came from the dead. Read that one more time.
God, he said, nay, Father Abraham, but if one went unto them from the dead.
That's dealing with us. Give me Revelation 11. And well, we ain't got to get it, but it tells you in Ezekiel the 37th chapter. Right? That we rose from the dead in the spirit of life. Matter of fact, go ahead and get that. Go ahead, give me what you got.
This book of Revelation 11, verse 8, it says, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which is spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified.
Read that one more time.
It says, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which is spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified.
Go ahead.
And they of the people, and kindreds, and tongues, and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves.
Right, they're not going to come. These other nations didn't comfort us. Right, go ahead.
It says, and they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them that make merry, and shall send gifts one to another.
Those the dogs, right? That we read in Lazarus and the rich man. They capitalize off our source. See, go ahead.
Because these two prophets tormented them that dwelt on the earth.
Go ahead.
And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them.
Right, so we rose up on our feet. See? We came back to life. Read that again.
It says, and after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them.
Which is this truth. Go ahead.
And they stood upon their feet, and in great fear fell upon them which saw them.
Right, so when read the parable again.
God.
Lazarus.
Yeah, this is Lazarus rich man. It's like it says, verse 30. It says, and he said, nay, Father Abraham, but if one went unto them from the dead, they will repent.
So when it said one went to them from the dead, that's actually talking about us, man. We spiritually rose from the dead. But it's these devils, listen, they hear us, but is they gonna repent? They're gonna say, you know what, y'all the Israelites, take us into captivity. No, they're not gonna do that, man. Right? So we the ones that came back to them from the dead spiritually. Let's further prove that.
Yeah, this St. Luke 15. And I'm sorry, 22. It said, but the father said to his servants, bring forth the best robe and put it on him, and put a ring on his hand.
That's dealing with the elect. Go ahead.
And shoes on his feet.
Go ahead.
And bring hither the fatted calf and kill it. And let us eat and be merry.
Now that fatted calf, when you go into it in the spirit, that's dealing with Yahweh Shah. Okay? Because before we can get this truth in its entirety, our Lord Yahweh Shah had to be sacrificed. Because prior to that, we was just eating of the side. We was eating the sides, if you will. The main course was the lamb. Right? Go ahead.
It says, for this my son was dead.
Was what?
Was dead.
Go ahead.
And is alive again.
And now is alive. See that? So that's dealing with us. So when you go back to the parable.
St. Luke 16 and 30, it said, and he said, nay, Father Abraham, but if one went unto them from the dead, they will repent.
See that? So that's us. But did this devil repent? The Lord raised us from the dead, just like he said, you know? Yep. Right? And we came to you because you hear us. You devils hear us, man. But you're not going to repent. See, go ahead.
And he said unto him, so like if they hear not Moses and the prophets.
So if they didn't hear the scripture, they had the scripture before we woke up. Before we was rolled from the dead, they had the scriptures. They had archaeologists. They had different guys that go out there and study, relics, ancient artifacts, right? They go on these different excavations they did. They even do period pieces. That's a testament against them. You knew what the scripture said, right? But you didn't hear what the scripture said. The scriptures say if you have a servant so many years, you got to restore them, man, after so long. You didn't want to do that. So why are you going to hear us? See, read that again. Yeah, what's that color, man?
And he said unto him, if they hear not Moses and the prophets, neither will they be persuaded, though one rose from the dead.
And that's us. We did rise from the dead. And we teaching you. We thoroughly going into the scriptures. We telling you who you are, you know, and we telling you your offenses.
That's right.
Yet you want to kill us, man. So you know what? It's written. It's already laid out. You're going into captivity, man. That's right. All right? So that has been Lazarus and the rich man. You know? It's just been presented to you, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahshua. Lord willing, it was edifying, So with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh
Bashem Yahshua Bashem Rakakadash.
Double honor to our teachers, the head apostles and elders, great millstone. Shalom, my brothers out there laboring in this work, as well as you believers out there, the Akim and the Aqua that subscribe to this truth as well. Till the next time, Shalom.
Shalom. DTA, abide the ball.